Hello everyone, and we are back with more Game of Thrones, a Telltale game. Episode 1, Iron from Ice. In the last episode, we basically became head of the house. Even though we were still a youngin', we had some difficult choices to make, and we had to prove to everyone that we can handle this huge responsibility as head of the house. It's become a little tough having to make some choices. I'm not sure if the consequences are going to be very strong pudding, but I think we're going to be okay. And now we're actually going to be starting part of the episode with our new character. And her story, part of the story, is going to begin in today's episode. So I'm excited to see what is going to happen. Here we go. Let's get started. I hope you guys have checked out the other episodes too before you jump into this one, because there's some pretty good stuff happening so far.
Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor.
Mira
Lady
Forrester.
Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay, if it's presented to her as it should be.
We are playing a lovely lady named Mira. And now we have control. Let's explore the room. An ironwood box. Interesting. Da-na-na-na. This ain't Zelda. This is not a Zelda game. What's this? It appears to be a
It was
coin.
very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena.
An heirloom, maybe? Perhaps a useful little document. Let's see. Ooh, another coin.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
It's interesting how people use coins to commemorate certain things. I think more people should do that. We need more coins. It's my favorite kind of currency. Right.
Ethan made this for me.
Ironwood. And we have this piece of parchment. This letter looks important, so we should probably read it. Let's take a read.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
That's kind of sad. I'm guessing she feels alone because none of her family is there. And she's just kind of like a handmaiden. Has to do what people say. Dusty old tome. What do we have here?
Wonders Made by Man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick.
Oh, Roderick. We miss you.
I hope to see them all someday.
We miss you so much, Roderick. It was a shame that he had to go so early, because I was just starting to have a feeling for him. He seemed like a cool guy, even though we really didn't get to talk to him that much. So, let's see what else we have. Oh, a letter from Mom.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Someone's at the door. Oh, I can't look at the window now. Might as well see who it is. Who is
One
it?
moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
I'll let you in.
No, it's fine. Come in.
He's got quite a manly voice for such a tiny guy.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you alright? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm
I'm
worried.
just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course, milady. You've always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
Don't mean to rush you, but you know how she gets.
You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends.
No, thank you.
I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
Uh-oh. Probably
They
not a
appeared
good
to be
thing.
having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
Wait a minute. This guy's snitching, but
I
this
hope
is
you're not in
helpful.
any kind of trouble. But I thought you ought to know. Most people don't tend to notice a call boy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
It's daytime. But thank you for the info. He had a lot of information. That was good. This could be helpful.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
I wonder what this is about. There's so much I want to know and so much I want to learn. I'm glad that this
From
is
the day
so...
you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A
Aw.
dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
That's very
And
sweet of
You
you.
know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford.
So she's going to be the big
Cersei herself
cheese.
cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
What?
She was very pleased with herself.
Why would she say
What does
that?
she intend to do?
She intends to make you miserable, knowing that will make me miserable as well. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
What would
do
I
I
s-
say?
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Never appeased anyone before.
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
So basically she wants me to be, like, apologize to her in front of everybody. Probably to make a fool out of me.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Well,
Good luck.
it's about all I got now. Alright, let's do this. I hope this doesn't end bad, because she seems like such a sweet girl. I mean, why would anybody treat her bad? Oh,
You can do this.
you're right. Here we go. Oh, I'm in control now. So many.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
It's Peter Dinklage.
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Neil. Neil, that shows respect.
Your Grace.
God, they made her face look so good.
Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Joffrey is the one true king, Your Grace.
And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Yes,
I
Your
agree.
Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily. I take it this is the kind of loyalty the king can expect from you. If you have any loyalty at all. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
He is the Warden of the North, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
The girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
Thanks.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
I won't dishonor myself, Your Grace.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
She's so
Raises an
intimidating.
interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the wall? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I'm sure she
I'm sure
regrets.
she regrets it.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
I'm trying not to throw you under the
There's
bus
a
here.
point to this. I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
I would
be
be
true to the king.
Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging.
I'm an independent woman. What do you want?
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
I'll walk you out.
Okay.
This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under
Thank
the
you,
best
Lord
of
Tyrion.
circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I was trying to appease her.
I think that was clear to everyone. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard.
What are you suggesting?
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester.
What?
Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance. And it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
Yes,
Maybe
I am.
far too dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it.
Thank
Now,
you.
if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North.
Gotcha.
King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
He's so awesome. And I have to admit, his performance in here is miles way better than his performance in Destiny. I'm just saying that right now. It's like, anytime he plays this character, I'm just like, oh, it's so cool. Okay. Got a lot on our plate now.
Mira.
But, before we go any further, I think this is a good stopping point for right now. Because, oh man, just so many things are happening now. And we're going to have to make some tough choices. But we're going to find out what those choices are in the next one. So I want to thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching this with me. It really means a lot. And stay tuned, because we're going to keep going for this until we get to the end. But as always, this was Game of Thrones, a Telltale game. I've been Benchez. Make sure to like, favorite, comment, subscribe, do all those things. Share the video with your friends if you enjoyed it, because I love making this for you guys. And I'll see you in the next one. I love your faces, guys. See you later.